What if I told you that the greatest danger to humanity is not evil people, but good ones? That the ones who smile the most, the ones who follow every rule, the ones who claim the moral high ground, might carry within them the most silent, corrosive force of all. Friedrich Nietzsche, philosopher, rebel, poet of madness, offered a warning not against monsters, tyrants, or devils, but against the ones we admire, the meek, the kind, the moral, the ones society calls good, because Nietzsche saw something no one else dared to say out loud. That goodness, when rooted in fear, resentment, and obedience, can become more dangerous than outright cruelty. It does not scream. It does not destroy cities. It simply, slowly, poisons the soul. This is not a video about how to be evil. This is a journey into the mind of Nietzsche and his radical question: what is goodness really? And what happens when we never stop to ask? From the time we're born, the world teaches us what it means to be good. Be polite, be obedient, turn the other cheek, help others, never raise your voice, never seek too much power. Goodness is humility. Goodness is sacrifice. Goodness is knowing your place. But who decided this? Where did this idea of good come from? And why has it become the highest virtue in human society? To Nietzsche, these questions weren't philosophical trivia. They were explosive, dangerous, revolutionary, because he believed that the modern idea of good was not eternal or divine or natural. It was a construction, a weapon, a story told by the weak to protect themselves from the strong. In his work, Nietzsche draws a line between two kinds of morality: the morality of the strong, the masters, and the morality of the weak, the slaves. The masters admired strength, pride, ambition, and creation. For them, good meant power, courage, vitality. But the slaves, the oppressed, the sick, the fearful, they could not win in the physical world. So they created another one, a moral world. In this world, strength became cruelty, wealth became greed, pride became sin, and weakness became goodness. This morality, what Nietzsche called slave morality, flipped the natural order. It called the lion evil and the lamb righteous. And over time, it triumphed. It shaped religions, governments, families, entire civilizations. And today, we still live under its shadow. We're taught not to grow into greatness, but to avoid offense, not to seek truth, but to conform, not to live powerfully, but to behave. Goodness, Nietzsche warned, may not be what you think it is. Imagine a world where strength rules, where the mighty walk tall and the weak bow their heads, where to be powerful is to be praised, and to be broken is to be forgotten. This was the world of the ancient masters, warriors, rulers, creators. In their eyes, the good man was the noble man, the one who imposed his will, carved his path, and feared nothing. But not everyone could live like that. What does the broken man do when he cannot rise up? When he has no sword, no voice, he turns inward, and in his silence, resentment is born. Nietzsche called this emotion ressentiment, not just resentment, but something deeper, a twisted, creative force born from helplessness. The weak could not defeat the strong, but they could rewrite the rules. They could call their suffering holy. They could say the proud were wicked, the powerful were cruel, and the conquerors damned. They could build a morality where the oppressed were the righteous, and the strong were evil. And so they did. Through centuries, this inversion of value spread. It became the heart of Christianity, the core of modern ethics, the silent code of our culture. The meek shall inherit the earth, they said. But Nietzsche whispered another truth. No, the meek will redefine the earth, and they will call it justice. And now, this morality lives on in new forms, in guilt, in conformity, in the subtle hatred of excellence, in the fear of offending, in the punishment of the exceptional. We no longer crucify bodies. We crucify reputations. The age of swords has passed. The age of shaming has begun. Morality is the herd instinct in the individual. We call ourselves modern, progressive, evolved. We have laws, ethics, human rights. We celebrate kindness and equality. But look closer, and Nietzsche's ghost still speaks. Because the same morality that was born in darkness still guides the light. We praise humility, but we secretly punish ambition. We honor compassion, but often use it to mask control. We preach tolerance, yet shame those who dare to question the herd. In Nietzsche's eyes, this was not progress. It was a slow decay of the soul. The good person, once courageous and wild, is now anxious, self-censoring, neutered by the fear of being wrong. We no longer seek greatness. We seek approval. The danger of being good, Nietzsche said, is not that it makes us kind, but that it makes us small. It tames us, numbs us, makes us ashamed of our power, our instincts, our hunger to rise. And in that silence, evil doesn't disappear. It changes shape. It wears a smiling face, a kind tone, a helpful policy, a hashtag. It becomes the morality of the crowd, where no one dares to stand tall for fear of seeming bad. This is the hidden danger. Not that people become evil, but that they become afraid to be strong, afraid to speak truth, to offend, to create, afraid to live outside the boundaries of niceness. Are you good, or just afraid of being bad? If everything we call good has become a cage, what comes next? What does a human look like when they break free from the morality of the herd? Nietzsche gave that answer a name: the Ubermensch, the overman, the beyond man. But do not mistake the Ubermensch for a hero, or a saint, or a conqueror. The Ubermensch is not a man of violence, nor is he a servant of tradition. He is the one who creates new values, who says yes to life, fully, fiercely, without apology. While the good person obeys, the Ubermensch invents. While the crowd imitates, he creates. He does not ask, "What should I do?" He asks, "What can I become?" The Übermensch is not a destination. He is a direction, a vision of what humanity could be if it stopped kneeling, if it stopped hating itself for its strength, its fire, its freedom. He is the child after the chaos, the one who dances beyond good and evil, not immoral, but beyond morality as we know it. He plays with the world like an artist, not bound by fear, not trapped in guilt. To Nietzsche, this is where meaning is born, not from obedience, not from submission, but from the act of becoming, of saying yes to life, even with all its pain. The Übermensch does not come from comfort. He rises from chaos, from the death of old values, from the ashes of the good person. Nietzsche did not die in peace. He went mad, staring too long into the abyss he warned us about. But before silence took him, he left behind a final truth. When the old gods die, when we destroy tradition, morality, truth, something else takes their place. And Nietzsche saw what that something would be: nihilism, a world where nothing matters, where all values are equal because none are real, a world without foundation, without meaning, without direction. He called it the most dangerous crisis in human history. Not a war, not a famine, but the death of meaning itself. He saw it coming. He watched it grow, and he knew that good people, tame, obedient, afraid, would not survive it. Without a new compass, the world would collapse inward, and we, the children of comfort, would not know how to stand. That is why he wrote, not to destroy morality, but to clear the ground, to tear down the ruins of slave values, so something greater could rise. The Ubermensch was never a prediction. It was a call, a whisper across time. You were not born to obey. You were born to create. If you feel the weight of the world, if you see the cracks beneath our smiles, if you're tired of pretending to be good, then maybe you were meant to remember him. Nietzsche's vision, the Übermensch, the death of the good person, is not for everyone. It's not easy. It's not safe. But if you stayed with us this far, if you felt the fire of this challenge ignite within you, then maybe you're ready to rise. And if this journey into Nietzsche's world has sparked something in you, I invite you to keep going. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, what do you think about Nietzsche's warning?